Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the voices in our homes. No, not your family members. I'm talking about Alexa, Siri, and Google Assistant. These virtual assistants have gone from being a cool party trick to an integral part of millions of households. But have you ever stopped to wonder how they actually work? How does a simple plastic cylinder or sphere understand your command to play your favorite song or tell you the weather? And more importantly, how are they shaping the future of how we live? Stick around, because we're about to demystify the magic behind these smart helpers. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a virtual assistant? At its core, it is a software agent that can perform tasks or services for an individual based on commands or questions. Think of it as your personal digital butler. The journey began long before the smart speakers we know today. Remember Clippy from Microsoft Word? Annoying, maybe, but it was an early attempt. The real game changer was Siri, introduced on the iPhone 4S back in 2011. Suddenly, you could talk to your phone and get an answer. It felt like science fiction. Then, Amazon entered the scene in 2014 with the Echo and Alexa, a device designed specifically for the home. Google followed with Google Home, now Nest, and its powerful Google Assistant. The race was on. But how do they go from you saying, "Hey Google, what time is it?" to a voice telling you the exact time? It's a fascinating four-step process. First is the wake word detection. Devices like the Echo and Nest speakers are always listening, but only for a specific phrase like Alexa or OK Google. They use a tiny, low-power processor to do this, so they aren't constantly sending everything you say to the cloud. Once the wake word is detected, the device starts recording your command. This recording is the second step. The third step is where the real magic happens. Cloud processing. The short audio clip of your command is compressed, encrypted, and sent over the internet to the company's massive servers. This is where powerful artificial intelligence comes into play. The first part of this AI is automatic speech recognition, or AI. It transcribes your spoken words into text, converting the sound waves into letters and words. It has to deal with different accents, background noise, and mumbled speech. It's an incredibly complex task that has improved dramatically over the years. Once your speech is text, the fourth step begins. Natural language understanding, or NLU. This is the brain of the operation. The AI analyzes the text to figure out what you actually want. It has to understand intent. For example, play some rock music, and I want to listen to rock mean the same thing. The NLU identifies the key components. The action is play, and the object is rock music. It then queries its vast data, like music streaming services, whether APIs or search engines, to find the right information or perform the correct action. Finally, it formulates a response, converts that text back into speech using a technology called text-to-speech, and sends it back to your speaker, all within a couple of seconds. It's a round trip from your living room to a data center and back, faster than you can blink. So, we know how they work. But what makes them different? Let's talk about the big three. Amazon's Alexa, Google's Assistant, and Apple's Siri. Each has its own personality and strengths. Alexa, living in the Echo devices, is the undisputed queen of smart home control and shopping. Thanks to Amazon's head start, it has an enormous library of skills, which are like apps for your voice assistant. You can connect it to thousands of third-party devices, from light bulbs and thermostats to coffee makers and robot vacuums. If you want to build a comprehensive smart home, Alexa is often the go-to choice. Its integration with Amazon's shopping ecosystem is seamless, making it ridiculously easy to reorder paper towels with a simple voice command. Then there's Google Assistant. Its superpower is knowledge. Backed by the immense power of Google Search, it's generally the best at answering random trivia and complex questions. If you want to know the capital of Burkina Faso or the plot of a movie from 1987, Google Assistant is your best bet. Its conversational abilities are also top-notch, allowing for more natural back-and-forth interactions. On the smart home front, it's a strong competitor to Alexa, especially with the Nest ecosystem of cameras, thermostats, and doorbells. It excels at contextual awareness, often remembering what you just asked to make follow-up questions feel more like a real conversation. And of course, there's Siri. Siri's strength lies in its deep integration within the Apple ecosystem. If you're an all-in Apple user with an iPhone, Apple Watch, and Mac, Siri works flawlessly across all your devices. It's fantastic for device-centric tasks like sending texts, setting reminders that appear on all your gadgets, or controlling your Apple Music. However, when it comes to general knowledge and smart home control, it has historically lagged behind Alexa and Google. While Apple's HomeKit platform is known for its strong focus on security and privacy, it has a smaller selection of compatible devices compared to its rivals. So, the best assistant for you really depends on your lifestyle and the technology you already use. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. How are these assistants transforming our homes and our lives? This is where we get into the concept of home automation and the Internet of Things, or Your smart speaker is the central hub, the conductor of an orchestra of connected devices. It's no longer about just asking for the weather. It's about creating routines and automations that simplify your life. For example, you can create a good morning routine. When you say, "Alexa, good morning," it can slowly turn up your lights. Start your smart coffee maker, tell you the day's weather and appointments, and then play your favorite morning news podcast. All from one simple command. Similarly, a goodbye routine can turn off all the lights, adjust the thermostat to save energy, and arm your security system. This level of automation was once the stuff of luxury homes in movies. Now, it's accessible to almost anyone. This shift is profound. It's changing our relationship with our living spaces, making them more responsive, efficient, and the home is becoming an active participant in our daily lives rather than a passive environment. It's about convenience, but it's also about accessibility. For elderly individuals or people with mobility issues, voice control can be a life-changing technology, allowing them to control their environment, call for help, and stay connected with loved ones with just their voice. But it's not all sunshine and perfect automation. We have to talk about the concerns. And the biggest one is privacy. Remember when I said the devices are always listening for the wake word? That phrase makes a lot of people uneasy. While companies assure us that recordings are only sent to the cloud after the wake word, there have been instances of accidental activations. And what happens to those recordings? Companies use them to improve their AI, with human reviewers sometimes listening to anonymized clips. While this is done to make the assistants better, the idea of a stranger hearing a snippet of your life is unsettling for many. Data security is another major concern. What if these servers are hacked? The data they hold could reveal incredibly personal details about your life and habits. The companies are taking steps to address these concerns. They're adding more transparency, giving users the ability to review and delete their voice history, and adding physical mute switches to the devices. Apple, in particular, has made privacy a cornerstone of its brand, processing as much data as possible on the device itself rather than in the cloud. But the conversation is ongoing. As consumers, we have to weigh the incredible convenience against the potential privacy. It's a personal decision, and it's crucial to be informed about how your data is being used. So, what does the future hold? It's going to get even more integrated and a lot smarter. The next frontier is proactive assistance. Instead of you having to give a command, the assistant will anticipate your needs. Imagine your home's AI noticing, based on your calendar and traffic data, that you need to leave earlier for a meeting. It might then alert you. You have a meeting in 45 minutes, and traffic is heavy. You should probably leave in the next 5 minutes. This is moving from a reactive model to a predictive one. Assistants will also become more conversational and personal. They'll understand not just what you say, but how you say it, picking up on your tone of voice to understand your mood. They'll know your preferences better than you do, suggesting new music you might like or a recipe for dinner based on the ingredients you have. The distinction between the different assistants may also start to blur. A new standard called Matter is being developed by all the major players: Amazon, Google, Apple, and others. The goal is to make all smart home devices work together, regardless of the brand. This means you might be able to use Siri to control a device you originally set up with Alexa. This interoperability will be a huge win for consumers, making it easier than ever to build the smart home you want without being locked into one ecosystem. The assistant will become less of a distinct personality in a speaker and more of an ambient intelligence woven into the fabric of your home. Available wherever you are, through your speakers, your TV, your car, and even your appliances. So, from a simple command to a fully automated home, virtual assistants have come a long way in a very short time. They are complex marvels of AI, cloud computing, and hardware engineering, all designed to make our lives a little bit easier. While there are valid concerns about privacy that we must continue to address, their potential to transform our homes and enhance our lives is undeniable. They are no longer a gimmick. They are the foundation for the home of the future. What's the coolest or most useful thing you use your smart assistant for? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video interesting, do you and Tay forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the tech that shapes our world. I'll see you in the next one.